And when you think of the fundamentals, right, for those assets, you mentioned Bitcoin and Ethereum in particular. What excites you as somebody who would make an allocation who, comes from the traditional financial world and probably, not into the ones and zeros of how proof of work or proof of stake works, for example?
Yeah, I have been widely known as a futurist in the financial services industry. The 11 books that I've written are all best-selling and forward-thinking. My last book, The Truth About Your Future, from 2017, was all about exponential technologies and how it's changing the world. My new book, The Truth About Crypto, which just came out 2 weeks ago, #1 at Amazon, is all focused on this space. I got engaged in this space. I first heard about Bitcoin in 2012. And so I've been in the space pretty long time, and I realized very early, and I still remain convinced, that this is a transformational technology. Blockchain and digital assets are going to revolutionize the way commerce is conducted on a global basis in an unprecedented way, just like the internet did back in the 90s. And we all run that we didn't buy Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft way back in the 90s when we could have, should have, would have. Well, here's the next opportunity, and I don't want to blow this one. I don't want to miss this one because it only comes along once in a generation. So why is it a big deal? It's real simple. It changes the way we move money around the world. The global banking system is the last analog industry on the planet. Everything else has gone digital, from airline miles to the distribution of goods and services. For some dumb reason, we still print money and carry it in our pockets. And it's ridiculous. We don't do that individually. Our paychecks are direct deposited. Our bills are on auto bill pay. We're using credit cards, debit cards, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. We aren't using paper to pay for goods or services any longer, except maybe tips to a bellman or a homeless person to help them out. And it's ridiculous that the Fed is still printing money. And the banking system is horrible. They have limited hours, lousy service, high fees. It's ridiculous. And blockchain and digital assets disrupts all of that, brings it into the 21st century to catch up with everything else. And that's why it's transformative. And that's why Bitcoin as a store of value is so exciting, because it's all about supply and demand. Only 21 million of these things are ever going to be invented or created. 19 million of them already out, been produced, 2 million left. And they're going to be released over the next 120 years on a very slow set schedule, which means there's a fixed supply. There's 300 million people on the planet who have bought Bitcoin so far out of 7 billion potential buyers. So as the adoption grows, the engagement grows, the price has to skyrocket. It's simple supply and demand.